As accountants, if we don't measure, we don't manage. And that's the key message, I think, out of this evening, is that to manage things properly, you've got to measure them in the first instance. And sustainability is a huge issue for us, right? Everybody's agenda, from individuals right through to business, through to governments and policymakers. So this evening's agenda is about ensuring that we really focus on sustainability, and from the accounting profession's perspective, it's to ensure that, number one, we truly understand what sustainability means, what those measures mean, and then that it's embedded into business cultures.
We're in an era now of budget focused on results. So accountants, of course, have a very important role to play in making sure that everybody has harmonised set of rules, harmonised accounting procedures in order to ensure that we get the true picture of what is happening on the ground. Agriculture and farmers generally are going to be very important contributors to meeting our objectives in relation to the next reform of the CAP, particularly when it comes to the public goods element of this particular policy. I think farmers are now in a better space to do more in terms of environment and climate, and very important international agreements and our sustainable development goals have to be implemented. And in addition to food security, I think our farmers, who are our boots on the ground, are best placed to achieve all of those objectives for us. And
in fact, we don't have today the appropriate indicators to be able to know whether a farm is sustainable or not, what sort of objectives it should meet, because in the future they should be paid for objectives met, not just like this. What objectives and so on. What is the sustainability of land? Everybody says in the long term and unsustainable. What is the situation? Without appropriate indicators, which we don't have at present, all the policy which one is launching would not be very effective.
Today we live in a world of ecological instability and crisis, where the quest for global sustainability is a major issue. For that we will need natural capital to be properly taken into account, and we can't do it without accountants. That's the main message I want to deliver.
The value of biodiversity and nature is still very much invisible for policymakers, and therefore leads to inadequate decision-making and unsustainable use of those values. And therefore we need to absolutely value the ecosystem services and biodiversity in order to mainstream them into the different economic activities. The role of accountants is to bring together all economic sectors and try to find the right metrics, as well as the valuation methodologies that we can use not only at national levels for national accounts, but also bring it down one level down to projects.
Of course, financial reporting is important, but it's the past, and really I believe that if we could show better the social and the environmental impact of our organization, of our product, of our activities, it's really a nice message to show and to, to explain the future better than the financial results.
All businesses, either directly or indirectly, are impacted by natural capital, which is influenced by natural resources, and we recognise that natural resources are under severe threat. We have increasing population, we have increasing urbanisation, and we have growing economies, and all of that is putting pressure on those finite resources. So it's really important what we get out from today. It's really important for businesses to inform in their decision making and in their data collection the need to consider natural and the wider society contribution that the impact their business has. And we need that in decision making, we need that in data collection, but we also need that in reporting to ensure that we have transparency.